Good everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we have a premium series episode on the Ki-44-134. As you can tell, I'm probably going to have to do some shuffling around because of the BR changes. Yeah, the E7 at 2.3, Gaijin, what kind of thing are you smoking? Because I want some of that shit. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So the Ki-44-134 is available in the Japanese starter pack and is also available as a separate premium for, I believe, 850 golden eagles. I've already reviewed this vehicle, I find it very fun, and, well, it does obviously not really work for a new player because it doesn't have access to bombs. The Ki-44s, like, they are good aircraft, but they are a little bit temperamental sometimes, and just in general, the player base could do with just a little bit of a better plane for the starter pack for Japan. Something like the... what's the name of it? I think it's the Ki-51 or something like that. Like, I know it's not a very good option to really consider, but like something like that, like a low tier ground attacker, would be a nice little premium to really put in for them. But if you're more of an ARB main anyway, and you're looking for something cheap just to have a little bit of fun in, and you've already got the E7, this thing will float your boat quite nicely. So, obviously, I got this thing around 2 years ago, nearly. It feels like an absolute age since I did. But it's a lovely little vehicle. It doesn't have, obviously, access to bombs. It doesn't have the increased engine power of the Ki-44-2, which you saw in the last episode. And just in general, it's not as good as the two Otsu, but it's more than sufficient. You really don't need to complain. And, well, I mean, it's got a nice little skin as well. Obviously, I don't remember where the 34 designate, well, the part of the 34, I don't remember which squadron is what I meant to say, is where this was based. I believe it was based in the northern parts of Japan. I can't remember exactly, but someone can obviously elaborate further in the comments. But, like I said, when I reviewed this thing, I gave it a very good review because it's a very good aircraft. Obviously, it's not as good as the 2 Shoki, but the Shoki is a little bit more, well, the 2 Shoki, that is a little less new player friendly because of those 40 mils, but once you get them ranged in, they're pretty alright. But of course, we're not here to talk about the 2 Shoki, we're here to talk about the 134 Shoki. But, of course, it is still a good plane, so I can't really knock it for anything. It's just not what I would give to a new player, is what I would say. But let's go find out why I think it's a good aircraft, because, well, next up is Japse, which I have not played Japse in a long time. And I'm looking forward to bringing out Japse. So one thing I did want to mention as well is I've made a couple of changes to the premium series. As you saw with the Independent, I think I've already mentioned it in the Independent video, but I've obviously wanted to try and include premium vehicles that aren't necessarily worth it, just to really put more point across that they're not worth the money. Obviously, I think this thing is, but there's obviously better premiums than it. So I just really want to do that to help out in the whole, in that whole regard. Just to really, nail that hammer in, so to speak. And that is a B-18. I think he's already dropped, so that's fine. Not going to be worried about him, to be brutally honest. It's just, I know what that bomber can do in skilled hands, so I'm very skeptical about letting it live. But I really don't want to go near the 13mm on that thing, because it will absolutely shred a Shoki. So, what have we along the English? What else have we got? That's twin boom. I suspect that's a P-38. That's fine. There's 2 other aircraft diving from the heavens, and there's another one at my altitude over to the left. Why am I not getting spotting? Well, then again, this is on quite a low crew, so that probably explains it. I didn't really put this thing on a good crew because I wanted to see how it would do with an unskilled crew. Clearly quite badly. So, let's see if we can finish this guy off. We've already got a nice crit on the left wing. Oh, you little fucker. You're pissing me off already. What's he going to do? He's going to dive out. That's fine. P-40F coming off my front. There's actually two. We can bait them, but obviously with those two joining the party, that's just made it a lot harder. My God, just tell me you love me, Jesus. I think that I've become a Joe 2000 sandwich again. There goes him. Let's see if we can survive the sandwich maneuver, eh? Orange is... well, our engine is already orange. So we're down a bit on power. The B-18's joined the bloody party. I need to knock that thing out, or at least get some damage on it. We're going to turn to the E3. We need to watch our engine temps. Critical hit on him. There goes the 109F. There goes him. I don't really want to push the engine too much harder, but we might not have a choice. Didn't have a shot there. P-38 swinging back around as well. He's got the energy advantage, and he obviously doesn't have an undamaged a damaged engine like I do. Can I get a shot on the 38? That would be nice. The answer is yes. Problem is we're out of speed, and our engine is suffering because of it. Yeah, note to future Joe. Put your planes on a better crew. Don't be an idiot and just leave them in the lineup that you put just to show off all the fucking planes. Right, engine's cooled down a little bit, so let's get back in the fight. Okay, there he goes. Good. At least we've got the Mustang arriving on station. He's not very happy. I think what we'll do now is we're going to have some ground targets. Because there isn't many of them left. I don't really want to chase a B-18. Because, trust me, you don't really want to chase a B-18 in anything, but, you know. Especially not something this fragile. Let's see if we can knock out the AAA just for our team, and then we'll head back to base, because our engine is quite badly wounded. We was able to get out of that mostly because of this thing's maneuverability. Like, people don't think this thing's very maneuverable. And that's a Mirsky. Right, well, that's just changed my plan entirely, I think. Because I know a Mirsky's not an amazing plane, but in skilled hands, it's actually pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Obviously, it's not a meta plane, but it's more than capable. So we just lost the Yak-7. The Mustang is too busy trying to outclimb the Mirsky, which he will not do that. I'm just gonna watch my engine because it's still orange, but I don't know how much more power we'll have out of it. And obviously with it leaking quite badly, I don't know how much power we will have to survive the match. And I might just have to just commit to the Mirsky's head-on anyway, because it's only our best option. We can dogfight the Mirsky quite easily, but the problem is he has a working engine, I do not. I think the Mirsky pilot is following the old saying, say it and also spray it, because he is spraying like a bitch. Okay, nope, he just rammed the Mustang. Because he can't aim for shit. Well done, Predator. You really didn't do anything there. He took the Mustang out, but what did he really gain from that? Absolutely nothing. Whilst we gained a bot. And that is the B-18A. We're going to have to swing for that. I don't really want to leave my team to fight one of those damn things, even if it costs me my plane, because, well, it's a B-18A, also known as Little Sven, and that thing has a talisman on it sitting in my freaking Swedish tech tree. I really don't want it to be alive against my team. Because even though it's not a big Sven, it's still a Sven. I love how he gets the kill and yet the Mustang doesn't even get credit for anything. Even though he got rammed, but, you know. I don't think we'll have the power to reach the B-18, but we will try. What the hell is happening with the textures this patch, honestly? I don't know what's happening, but recently I've been having a lot of, like, really weird issues with the game. A lot of people have. So I'm going to put the last bit of power on this engine and see if we can spike him with our very low airspeed. Come on, give me a crit. That's the ticket. I jammed a gun, but that's fine. Teammate will finish it. Go on, buddy. Go get him. Which gun's jammed? The right gun. That's fine. Got some more hits. I think the Ki-44 is going for the ram, which, to be honest, is not a bad shot against a B-18. It's time to be most honourable. There we go. We got our ace. I didn't really need to ram him, but, well, I was on fire anyway. And plus, we must be most honourable for the Emperor. What can I say? We have to sometimes be most honourable in order to make the Emperor happy. But yeah, even with a crappy crew and a damaged engine, this thing can still do some work. I know it says 6 here, but remember, bots do count towards that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was nice dragging this thing out once again. But of course, there's a lot more vehicles in this series that are going to be coming up in Japan. Obviously, we're going to go through the BRs respectively, but of course, another premium vehicle will take the place of this one, which, if we're going to BR order, should be, I believe, the Ki-44-I, yeah. Now, I was going to leave this, in fact, I'll leave it here for now, but what I'm going to say towards the end here is, would you mind if we, I've lost my train of thought now. What I was going to say is, obviously, the newer sort of premiums, like the P-51C, the Ki-44-I, would you want us to, like, delay that and then come back to it in a future part of the series? Let me know in the comments below. But of course, if you don't mind that, then I'll just do it as normal. And obviously, once we go through the US, Germans, Russians, and Britain again, we'll obviously loop back and get those premiums that we haven't covered in an episode done. But of course, that'll be in the future. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the Ki-44-34. And well, even on a crappy crew, it can do some work. And I will see you all on the next one.